Assalamualaikum. So today we will be presenting about article review of Holey Company. Okay. For introduction, it will tell you about the differences between Chinese and Thai workers, and it will tell you about how they deal with their language, their culture, and their working style. The chairman will find a solution to deal with this issue. Is to help their workers to work more efficiently. I will tell you about the purpose of this article. Okay. The first one is the reason of conflict between Chinese and Thai workers. The conflict between Chinese and Thai workers is both of them cannot adapt with their language, their culture, and also their working style. Even though Chinese and Thai workers, even though they are neighbors, very near with each other, but their culture is very different. And for the example, I will tell you about their working style. Chinese can adapt to harsh work, but the Thailand cannot adapt with the harsh work. Second, the obstacle of Holey Company on staff and management. The obstacle of the management is how people see Chinese product in Thai country. Okay, Thai people think that Chinese product is cheap and low quality. Both Thai people rather spend their money on buying expensive products rather than cheaper. Last is to show the solution that company will solve. Okay. The chairman of Holey itself will deal with the workers, and the chairman will try to learn their languages, their working styles, and so on.
What is the major finding in this article? Society view of the particular race. People have bad impression when talking about the China brand. For example, the China brand are cheaper, low quality, and fake product. People are often buy the expensive product. For example, Japan country product, because they think the product from Japan is more quality, and even though the price are expensive. Next, language barrier and non-understanding between Chinese worker and Thai worker. There will be problem when the working in the one management, but they are not understand with each other. For example, Thai worker cannot understand the instruction from the manager, give the instruction, so they will be understand for what reason they are working. Thirdly, there are the different goal and working style. Chinese worker are working very hard and efficiency due to they can make the 20 meter per day rather than Thai worker only can make 10 meter per day only. Next is communication is interrupted. Problem of communication, the low productivity worker will not be encouraged, and it could give the distant abuse on the workers and the manager. Furthermore, the next point is culture conflict. Chinese worker more attend on economy benefit, while Thai people more attention on relationship. For example, Chinese worker want make the overtime and get the free milk. Other than but for the Thai worker, they are intend go to the wedding day and birthday party. Last but not least, the point is success operation mentioned. Chinese worker operation are very productivity and successful. Chinese working style only focus on make only productivity increase. They don't provide the citation and the facts are not clear information. The references that the article provide is 2070, but they are finding in 2040. So there are the large gap between 4 years. So the article provide the reference are not up to date. Conclusion, as the result, Holey company are having a lot of the problem when they are opening their company at the outside country. As example in article, opening in Thailand, there are a lot of problem, namely problem in perspective of people think about the something brand or country, lack of understanding and dominant in language. People are working in the bad mood and different culture and not understanding to each other. So for overall, when the two different country and start working in the one management, it could not easy because not everyone can adapt with the differences. The recommendation that I would suggest to the author is the author should provide the fact and current references in the article. Next, the manager should learning and study about the culture first and accept other differences. The last one, the company should sending their employees to the class and train about the language, ethics, policy and the culture. There are the two recommendation video that I would like suggest to you guys for get the information from working at the outside country in the China and the Thailand. Thank you.
I will tell how this article related to international business. Okay. The first one is cross-culture management. It is how Holey company manage their co-workers, how they try to deal with their languages to help both the culture work well. Second is organizational culture. Sending workers from one place to one place is considered as international business. How Holey company manage on this? It is they taking Thai workers to their companies. It is to help more companies to work well. Okay, last, tax paid by companies and employees to the country. Okay, since Holey company want to establish the company in China, in Thailand, they have to pay the tax. Their workers, the Chinese workers and the company itself have to pay the tax to the Thai.
Go for the next article, which is McDonald's faces boycott threats in India for serving halal meat. This article are about Hindu people who are angry with McDonald's because they are showing claim that they have halal certificate. This issue became worse when people started to boycott McDonald's on social media. Next, for the purpose, the purpose is to know the reason why McDonald's are boycotted in India, to know what method to be used to solve this problem. For the major findings, McDonald's claims that all of their restaurants have halal certificate. It's becoming an issue because Indian people thought why McDonald's doesn't use Jatka method, which means the method of single blow of animals to be killed. Secondly, for the cases of increasing number of Islamophobia, this issue becomes worse because people start to make speculation on social media. And thirdly, online boycott. It's due to the speculation that people make.
So next is argumentative and educate. So 80% of Sikh and Buddha feel betrayed by McDonald's because they serve halal meat against 40% of Muslims. Other than that, the right-wing Hindu ask if Muslims did not perform their Eid al-Adha by slaughter sacrifice animal for this year. Hashmi said that right-wing Hindus take advantage towards Muslims because the situation of Islamophobic that happen in India right now. Nishita said that they actually do not want to do the campaign, but more to be a prejudice toward Muslim and Islam, and also make the nation suffer and also filled with the hatred. Vishnu Gupta warned the Mcd and said if the Mcd did not change the policy of serve the halal meat, the man will protest against the Mcd.
Okay, for the contribution of overall topic of course of international business. First, to understand the cultural differences of different countries. Like for example, in different countries have different courtesy or policy to be followed. So we need to understand that. Secondly, the spread of news in a short period of time because of globalization. For example, in the article, you can see that the date of the article is like a newly published article. So it shows that globalization takes an action in this matter. Fourthly, increased McDonald's profit due to the taxes. Like for example, the more the restaurants on host countries, the more the profit that McDonald's can get.
So, for the conclusion is, Mcd did not study about India's sensitivity, especially about meat. Other than that, India felt that they not being respected by serving halal meat because one of their god is cow. Last but not least is right-wing Hindu discriminations toward Muslims and Islam. So, for recommendation, McDonald's also can put a new menu by put chicken, fish, or also salad and fruit. Other than that, they also can talk nicely to them before started the war. Last but not least, McDonald's have to be extra careful when it's come to the culture, so they not lose their customer, also their reputation.